In proud and loving memory of Captain Noel Lemass, 3rd Battalion Dublin Brigade IRA, who died that the Republic might live, his murdered body was found at this spot, 13th of October 1923. He has lived a beautiful life and has left a beautiful field. He has sacrificed the hour to give service for all time. He has entered the company of the great, and with them he will be remembered forever. Terence McSweeney, erected by a few friends. Just standing here off the military road in County Wicklow, it's hard to imagine that this quiet place was once the scene of one of the biggest mysteries of the Irish Civil War and one of the most haunting murders that took place after the Civil War had actually ended. This memorial behind me marks the place where the body of Noel Lemass was found in October 1923. He was a member of the anti-treaty IRA and the younger brother of Seán Lemass, a man who would go on to be the future Taoiseach of Ireland. His murder took place 2 months after the Irish Civil War had ended, and it still left a mystery of who done it, though there is a lot of speculation that it was members of the Dublin CID department, who were made up of former members of Michael Collins' squad and who were notorious during the Civil War for carrying out executions and murders. But who was Noel Lemass before he ended up on this desolate road in the Wicklow Mountains? Noel Dennis Joseph Lemass was born on Christmas Day in 1897 into a family that would become closely associated with Ireland's revolutionary and political history. His parents, John and Frances Lemass, ran a successful business in Dublin, and Noel grew up during a period when Irish nationalism was becoming increasingly influential. He was the elder brother of Seán Lemass, who would later become the Taoiseach of Ireland. But during the revolutionary years, Noel himself was deeply involved in the struggle for independence. As a teenager, Noel joined the Irish Volunteers. At just 18 years of age, he took part alongside his brother in the Easter Rising of 1916, fighting with the Dublin Brigade during an attempt to establish the Irish Republic. After the rebellion was defeated, Noel was arrested by British forces and interned. Like many of his generation, his experience of imprisonment strengthened his commitment to the Republican movement. During the War of Independence, Noel became active with the Irish Republican Army. He served with the 3rd Battalion of the Dublin Brigade, one of the most active IRA units in the capital. While working as an engineer with Dublin Corporation, he was also involved in the organisation and operations of the IRA. He was arrested on several occasions by British authorities during these years, but continued his involvement in the Republican campaign. Following the signing of the Anglo-Irish Treaty in December 1921, the independence movement split. Noel Lemass took the anti-treaty side, believing that the agreement did not create the fully independent Irish Republic, for which he and many of his comrades had fought. When the Irish Civil War began in June 1922, Noel joined the anti-treaty IRA forces. He was involved in the defence of the Four Courts. When Free State forces bombarded the Four Courts in June 1922, Noel escaped with the initial fighting. However, his freedom was short-lived. During the Civil War, he was captured by Free State forces on more than one occasion, but each time he managed to escape. Eventually, when the conflict was turning against the anti-treaty side, Noel left for England. By the summer of 1923, the Civil War had effectively ended after Frank Aiken ordered the IRA to dump arms. Believing the worst was over, Noel returned to Dublin, hoping to rebuild his life. He even approached Dublin Corporation in an effort to resume his former employment. But peace would be elusive. On the 3rd of July 1923, after meeting a friend for lunch in Dublin, Noel Lemass was walking along Wicklow Street when he was approached by men in plain clothes, and this would be the last time that he was captured. More than 3 months later, his remains were discovered here on the slopes of Featherbed Mountain, close to Glencree. Contemporary reports and the coroner's findings described evidence of severe violence before his death, including a broken jaw and missing fingers. His body was left exposed to the elements for weeks, making the discovery even more shocking. His killing caused outrage across Ireland. Newspapers demanded answers and questions were raised about who abducted him and why. Historians generally agree that he was unlawfully killed during the bitter aftermath of the Civil War, but despite investigations and decades of research, nobody has ever been convicted, and responsibility has never been established in a court of law. Several theories exist, but none have been conclusively proven. Some of this includes reports that as he was acting as intelligence officer for the anti-treaty IRA, he may have intercepted some letters by Michael Collins, and this may have been a reason that former members of the squad and the Dublin CID captured Noel Lemass and eventually tortured and murdered him. This memorial was erected by his friends and former comrades to mark the location where his body was found, and as his brother, future Taoiseach Seán Lemass, went on to lead the country, he very rarely spoke of the murder of his brother, and it was known that he didn't actually seek retribution for his murder. But this is the scene of the murder in the mountains of Noel Lemass. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.